Hey there guys, so the last time in the anime, we saw that a girl suddenly visits Hideyoshi to get a job as a maid at his house. But the turning point was that she's a former assassin. Then, seeing her skills, it confirmed the girl was speaking the truth. So Hideyoshi politely declined to hire her. But when she was going away with a broken heart, Hideyoshi was coming to give her the bell she left at his house, but was about to get into an accident, and thanks to that girl Hideyoshi survived. So he decided to hire the girl as a maid. And she really does have a tragic past that she doesn't even have a name. So Hideyoshi decided to call her Miss Servant for now, and not just her. Hideyoshi seemed to be broken from the inside himself because of his past, and when he had a nightmare, Miss Servant offered lap pillow to comfort him. He declined, and poor girl thought she would never be accepted anywhere. So Hideyoshi pulled her out of her darkness as he lays his head on her lap, which gave her the warmth Miss Servant had never felt. And this way the two broken hearts were coming together to find happiness in their life. I mean literally, Miss Servant only knew one thing, and that was killing. But for the first time when she saved Hideyoshi, she felt like her heart would jump out of her chest. This type of feeling she only felt when she faced dozens of enemies. But this time it was different after that. She was taking care of the garbage when Hideyoshi came down and saw her. He thanked her for doing this. But then outside of their house they saw an abandoned puppy. There was a letter in it saying that he accidentally bought a puppy that grows quite large. So he left him here thinking the owner of the house is rich and could take care of it, he said. Quite a piece of work, whoever it was. And Hideyoshi decided to keep it because it's just a puppy and couldn't survive on his own. But Miss Servant didn't understand the point for her. If there's a will to live, anyone could survive no matter what. And saving a life out of pity have consequences. So she asked Hideyoshi if he's willing to bear it. It was hard to understand point. But Hideyoshi asked her why she saved him the other day. Miss Servant had no answer. And Hideyoshi told her that it's instinct that body reacts on their own to save someone. Plus he knows the feeling of being abandoned anyways. Miss Servant sure is scared of the fluff ball that she kept her safe distance from it. But she said if Hideyoshi orders her, she could get close to it. And boy told her not to. Well, her master had set free its dogs on Miss Servant to train her, and that made her traumatized. So Hideyoshi got confused what to do, and Miss Servant thought he's disappointed from her, and got down. So Hideyoshi clarifies that he is asking her to bear with it, because he can't abandon the puppy. So Miss Servant tried to overcome her fear by trying to hold it, but barely. Then Hideyoshi asked her which part is she scared of, and she was afraid of its claws and fangs. But to Hideyoshi, the fluff ball just seems like a rice cake mochi. Then Fluff Ball gave a playful bite to Miss Servant, so Hideyoshi took it immediately before she could throw it away. Then he went to the pet shop with Miss Servant to buy some necessities for the fluff ball. Miss Servant bought all the things Hideyoshi asked her to, and at sunset they were heading home after shopping. Miss Servant saw just how kind Hideyoshi is. She never had someone like him in her world. It was a world full of blood. So Miss Servant feels distance when Hideyoshi shows her kindness. Is all her first time to experience kindness and warmth. But every time she tries something she fails. So she wants to understand in which way she could be useful to him. In a world she used to live in, she has to fight to earn her place of living. And if they aren't useful to their masters, they are replaced like pawns. However, all the things she did to get here means nothing now. That's why she felt if she could have met Hideyoshi like the puppy, she could have learned to be useful to him. But he said to Miss Servant that it seems she wants to leave her old job. That means quitting assassination and becoming normal, a thought that never came to her. She was always told that her identity is assassin. So she has to keep killing because there is no other way she would be needed. But this moment here, right now, is different. It's a sense of belonging. She felt that there has no need to kill anymore. But will it work out, Miss Servant thought. And there Hideyoshi opened up. He was scared of her at first, but after staying with her he realized he was wrong, because she's a good girl. It reminds her of her childhood, so she wants to be a normal girl now. And Hideyoshi told her to stop worrying about every little mistake she does. It's her first time doing chores and often leads to mistakes, so it's normal. After that she started to slice cabbage in a normal way, and for today's menu it was okonomiyaki. That goes with the sauce and cabbage, but their fluff ball came around to ask for food, and she got on guard as it had sneaked up on her. So Miss Servant gave her the dog food, and Hideyoshi got in, as she tried to pet it. Hideyoshi saw she fed him, but then he suddenly comes up with a name for fluff ball that's really hard to pronounce. And yet Miss Servant likes it because Hideyoshi came up with it. After that, Hideyoshi thanked her for chopping the cabbages and complimented her. So she thought of looking over Fluff Ball for an exchange. She wants to be normal, but she can't shake this fear off. Yet she wants to believe in Hideyoshi, and Hideyoshi happily puts his trust on her. So Miss Servant got super happy herself, and it gave her the courage to pat and hold the fluff ball without any fear. It made her realize what Hideyoshi said at the bridge. Then comes dinner time, and she turns into a child in front of a delicious food. She finished it quickly, and Hideyoshi offers to make more. But Miss Servant didn't want to bother him, but her body language said a different story. Hideyoshi was really teaching the girl to become normal, and tells to Miss Servant to ask whatever she wants, and Miss Servant asked him to name her. It was tough, but Hideyoshi asked her birth date. Miss Servant didn't know the date, but she knew she was born in heavy snow day. So Hideyoshi named her Yuki, which means snow. It reminds her of her dark and cold past again. But Hideyoshi said he loves snow because it's white and brings warmth. He had heard it once that dirt and seeds won't freeze under the snow. Then later seed sprouts and becomes tree, which means snow protected the seed by keeping it warm. It really made her wonder about the warmth. And the way Hideyoshi always moves her heart so much was making her truly happy. It was really a nice and heartwarming love growing between the two little by little. But sadly, that is where episode 2 ends, so stay tuned to watch its upcoming episode as well. For that, subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon to never miss an update. Till then, take care.